Hello, good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel Sniggy's Vlogs with Literary Talks. We all know the importance of reading books. I have already told you the importance of reading books in one of my previous videos. This reading habit is necessary to develop in order to improve your English fluency. However, it becomes very tough for the beginners to start the reading process because they are not in a habit of reading books. Thus, reading books may appear a burdensome task for them. Reading books may appear a very boring task for such kind of people. So here in this video, I will be giving you few interesting, amazing tips by the help of which you can make your reading more effective. You can build the habit of reading and become a successful English speaker. However, before moving into the video, as I always request you to please subscribe to my channel, which will motivate me to bring regular videos which are for your benefit. Now, without any further ado, let's move into the video. Let me first consider that you are just a beginner and from today you are going to start your reading practices. You will have to develop a reading habit. Then what are the methods that you will have to utilize in order to be a good reader and then gradually become a good speaker? While you are at the first stage of your reading and you do not have any reading habit, rather you also consider reading to be quite boring, then I will suggest you to read whatever comes in front of you. To start your reading practice in this manner, and then when you have had a practice of reading, then you can pick up books for developing further reading habits and improve your vocabulary and then improve your spoken English. So how are you going to start? You will have to read whatever comes in your sight. Whatever comes in your sight, whatever is around you. Suppose you are going for shopping, suppose you are going for a tour, then you will find big billboards on road. What you will have to do, you will start reading those billboards. You are doing this because you want to develop a reading habit and you are at a very first stage where you are completely disconnected with this habit of reading. You have not done reading for quite a long time. You were just busy with your own life. You were busy with your routine. Okay, in that case, when you have to start the reading process, you will have to start from this small thing. You will have to start reading the billboards. You will have to start reading small leaflets, okay, that are being provided by any company, any restaurant, any shop which is about to open. Okay, so they provide you those kind of leaflet. You will have to pick them up and you will have to do reading. These things, these kind of reading, small things will help you develop the reading habit, will make you interested in reading, which will further help you pick up books in order to read. For example, you are a housewife and you have spent most of your time in doing all the household chores. So you are completely disconnected from books. You are completely disconnected from reading. But now you want to learn this language. For that, reading is an important skill which you will have to develop. In that case, you first start in this manner which I have already suggested. This will help you develop the reading habit. You start with small billboards, big billboards, small leaflets. Then you can also go and take some newspaper, read the fashion area, the areas which are interesting for you to read short stories in the paper, read some few articles which are very easy to read. So start from something which is very easy and short in order to develop or build up this habit of reading. Once you have done with this, then you will have a certain amount of interest towards reading. Now, as you have built this certain amount of interest towards reading, you can start with the tips that I am about to give you. So let's see what are the tips. The first tip is that always start with books which are very easy to understand. Do not go and jump for the books which are really hard for you to understand. the books which are written by foreign authors are hard for you to understand because their native language is English, and therefore whatever the words they will be using, whatever the phrases they will be using will be definitely hard because English is their native language. They use it very fluently. Therefore, it is in the habit that they can use tough words, but it is not in your habit to read those tough words. It is not in your habit to understand those tough words. Therefore, you will have to start from very easy books. I will suggest that you start by reading books written by some Indian authors, some great Indian authors such as R.K. Narayan, Sudha Murthy, Chetan Bhagat, like this. They write in a very simple English so that you will not have to open up dictionaries every time you come to a word while reading. You can understand the books, you can understand the sentences quite easily even without using dictionary. Another important idea behind reading these Indian authors is that when you will read the books written by Indian author, you will be able to connect with these authors because the method in which they write, all the scenario that they have written in the book, suppose they are talking about some environment, they are talking about some culture, some traditions, okay, so everything is known to you. You yourself have gone through that kind of environment living in India. You faced that culture, you know that tradition, and therefore you can directly relate with the Indian authors. This will make your reading quite interesting. But when you go for foreign authors, you will not be able to understand the culture, the environment, the traditions, because you have never gone to that place. You are not grown up in America or any foreign country in order to understand their culture. Therefore, it becomes really tough and boring for you to read their text at first because you are not able to relate with them. But you are able to relate with the Indian authors. So start with Indian authors. This was my first tip. The second tip will be to read in a very slow manner because you are a beginner. It does not matter how fast you can complete a book, but it matters how beneficially, how effectively you have used the book, you have read the book. Okay, for that case, you have to read it quite slowly, but fix a target at least that I will have to complete this particular book within 2 months, within 3 months, according to the pages that are in the books. So fix it in this manner. Start with an easy book, then fix the target. It is important. Make it a consistent habit to maintain your reading habits. Do read 2 to 3 pages regularly without fail. That will help you to improve your reading skills and read effectively and improve your spoken English. Okay, this was the second tip. The third tip is that always sit with a diary while you are reading something and you are a beginner. While you are a beginner, it becomes very tough for you to memorize the things that you have read in the book. It becomes really tough for you to memorize the characters about whom you have read in the book. At the beginning stage, it becomes important for you to train your mind to memorize. For that, you will have to always sit with a copy, a diary and a pen. Whenever you find a word which is different, interesting, then you can write it down in the copy. You can write the meaning of that word from dictionary and try to use that word in your day for around 5 to 6 times. This will help you get the word fixed in your memory and thus enhance your vocabulary. The fourth tip is that you will always have to do summaries. Suppose you are reading 2 pages, suppose you are reading 3 pages. I will tell you that whatever you have read, you actually write it in the form of summary by your own understanding. Keep writing the summary. You will be practicing both your reading skills and your writing skills, which will definitely boost up your confidence and will make you a very good speaker. So for today, I am ending my video over here. Please subscribe to my channel and do comment any kind of suggestion that you want to give me, on which I will have to bring videos. Please comment in the comment section and keep studying, keep learning. You will definitely be able to speak in fluent English one day. Till then, goodbye.